My roommates told me to stop meal prepping in containers, so I prepped their financial disaster instead. I was the only one who actually cooked in our 4-person house. Every Sunday, I spent hours preparing healthy meals for the week. My 3 roommates survived on delivery apps and whatever they could steal from my containers. It was just missing Tupperware. Jeff would shrug after eating my chicken and rice. Sorry, I was drunk and hungry, became his favorite excuse. Soon, entire rows of meals would vanish overnight. My grocery budget evaporated into their stomachs. They still complained about being too broke for groceries. Bieber was the worst offender by far. I spent 3 hours one Sunday making lasagna for the week. He ate the entire tray while I was at work. When I confronted him, he just laughed in my face. Maybe if you weren't obsessed with containers, you'd find someone to cook for besides yourself. Bieber's girlfriend Taylor basically moved in without paying rent. She didn't just eat my food like the others. She photographed my meals for her Instagram before destroying them. Her captions claimed she'd made everything herself. She promoted her meal prep journey while eating my entire week's food in 2 days. My containers would disappear into her car for weeks. They'd return stained, warped, and sometimes moldy. I tried the polite approach one evening. I asked if they could reimburse me for groceries. Taylor rolled her eyes dramatically at my request. It's just food. You're being really weird about this. Bieber immediately took her side without hesitation. Yeah, stop being so territorial. Sharing is caring, right? Our house meeting was my final attempt at reason. I spend $80 weekly on groceries. You guys eat most of it. Can we please work out a system? Jeff jumped in with his prepared complaints. Your meal prep takes up the entire fridge. Maybe stop hoarding space with containers. Then we'd have room for our own food. Bieber grinned and added his support. Exactly. Stop filling the fridge with your stuff. Problem solved. They actually high-fived each other. I stood there processing their audacity. Something shifted inside me at that moment. I smiled sweetly. You know what? You're absolutely right. Malicious compliance became my new favorite recipe. I stopped using containers immediately, just as requested. Every night I cooked elaborate aromatic meals instead. The house filled with smells of garlic, herbs, and sizzling meat. I made exactly 1 portion and ate it immediately. Nothing went in the fridge ever. The kitchen smelled like a 5-star restaurant. They opened their sad delivery boxes in envious silence. My new meal prep strategy was even better. Huge batches of amazing food filled the kitchen with tempting aromas. Rosemary lamb, Thai curry, and fresh bread tortured their senses. Everything went straight into my new lockbox. I kept it all in my bedroom. The fridge remained completely empty of my food. They had all the space they'd demanded. The psychological warfare intensified over the following days. I timed my cooking for when they were hungriest. Sunday football meant buffalo wings and loaded potato skins. Their stomachs growled audibly over the game. I ate slowly, savoring every single bite. Game night with their friends became my masterpiece performance. I cooked an entire feast for hours. Wings, nachos, and spinach artichoke dip filled the air with incredible smells. They finally broke and asked for some. I reminded them sweetly about their request. You said I was hoarding the fridge. Everything's in my room now. You have all that space you wanted. Their friends stared in complete disbelief. The situation required an awkward explanation. You told your roommate not to share food? One friend asked. The judgment in his voice was obvious. Another friend shook his head slowly. That's the dumbest thing I've ever heard. 2 weeks of empty fridges broke their resolve. The intoxicating smells had tortured them enough. Bieber groaned in defeat one morning. Okay, we get it. Can we work out a food budget? We'll pay you to meal prep for everyone. I pulled out my laptop with fake enthusiasm. Actually, I found the perfect solution. This meal delivery service has an amazing deal. Everyone just needs to sign up for the group discount. Taylor grabbed the tablet without reading anything. Whatever. Where do I click? She tapped through multiple screens carelessly. Her credit card information went in without question. She complained about how many steps there were. She never read a single word. She just committed to a 52-week subscription. The price was $300 per week. The cancellation fee was absolutely massive. The group discount page had actually been commitment terms. I started packing that same night. My studio apartment was already lined up. I could meal prep there in peace. My note on the empty fridge was cheerfully worded. Congratulations, Taylor. You're now enrolled in premium meal delivery. $300 per week for professional food. First charge hits tomorrow. My phone exploded with calls and texts as I drove away.